it's your host over here, Runa, and I got a special invitation for you. Join me and the Changemakers in the No More Boxes movement, where we are raising awareness towards this limiting and isolating behavior that we human beings are constantly doing, placing ourselves and others into boxes. Invisible boxes that so often are not really serving humankind. All you have to do is to go to patreon.com/no more boxes, and for as little as $3 a month, you can become a change maker and be with us on that journey, changing the world. Now let's get on with that podcast. You're listening to the Changemakers podcast, where we share tips, insight, tools, and stories from other changemakers designed to motivate you to become the change you want to see in your world. Make sure you join our Changemakers community at runamagnus.com/podcast. And now, this is your time to sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hello, it's Runa here, and we have another episode. And I am just chilling here as I'm sitting in front of my computer talking to our guest today, ChriSOULa. How do you say your last name?
Sirigou.
Sirigou. Oh, how beautiful. ChriSOULa has this beautiful way of helping people clearing their boxes through colors and through really deep work. And as we're preparing for our conversations today, I was so excited because, number one, I met ChriSOULa in London face-to-face as Nick and I were officially launching our book, The Story of Boxes. And she came there. She was one of the guests and showed me her book, the book that's coming out for her, which is talking about colors and talking about the connections between the two of us. Because do you know what is on the front cover? It is the Northern Lights, and here I am in Iceland where we have all the Northern Lights, and the soulful muslin is what ChriSOULa is all about, and I'm like rambling because I'm excited. ChriSOULa,
hello.
If you would, first of all, welcome to the Changemakers podcast, and thank you for being so beautiful to be our guest today, sharing your wisdom and sharing how can we let go of our boxes. Like we have talked about so often, and around the boxes is this thing that in most cases we might be aware of some of the boxes that we are in. But what I've noticed myself when I started to dig into this conversation myself, I noticed that there's so many underlying boxes that I'm not aware of. There are tons of them. And just as an example, I was in Malta and I had this opportunity to attend really, really fun event, which was a dancing event. Basically an event, people coming, dancing, having loads of fun. And when I entered that event, I could not stop laughing inside of myself because everyone in this place, it's quite a big place, they were in, I would say, the age between in the 50s, 60s, even up to 70s, really, to be honest. Mm-hmm. And they were all dressed up and they were all having such a good time. And what I was noticing inside of myself was that I was laughing because I saw one particular age box in front of me. So first I was laughing at them being in that age. And then I thought, oh my God, I'm in that box myself. And that made me laugh even harder, but it was beautiful. So what I mean by this is we're constantly, when we start to look at this, we're constantly being aware of how we do this without knowing it. And I personally really feel the more that I'm aware of my own boxes, I want to get rid of them. I just feel that if I do, I can be kinder and more compassionate to others. And that's an element that I like to increase for myself. It's not something that I felt that I had naturally, but I would like to increase that element. So I'm here with you in front of you, ChriSOULa, and you tell me and you tell our audience, what do you do and how can you help me today?
Oh, how can I help you today? Well, I'm ChriSOULa. ChriSOULa in Greek means the golden lady. Oh. So Yes, I'm Greek. I'm proud to be Greek, but also I'm proud to be part of this wonderful cosmic world, of the universe, being a citizen in this beautiful world called life. So, and I'm here because I'm passionate about maximizing our life, living on this planet Earth with love, with intention, being the flow, and with as much ease as possible. We're here to enjoy. For me, that's the most important thing, joy and as you said before, laughter and dance and being the flow. And how can we achieve all of that when we don't really connect with our wonderful gold that each and every one of you got it? It's inside of you. It's not a prerogative for a few. It's not prerogative for the rich people or for people living in a particular country or a particular area in the world. It's for every single one of us. You've got this wonderful gold inside you. So I'm here to show you how you can release that gold. But first of all, you need to claim it. You need to claim it for yourself. You need to acknowledge that you've got it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, that's the starting point. If you don't, how can you actually let it out there? Polish it.
So that's like the awareness. I have something that is unique. That's something, okay.
Yeah. Well, in everything, in all the holistic therapies out there, all the modalities, we agree on the very key core area, which is awareness, as you said. You need to become more conscious that, yes, I've got my restrictions, I've got my boxes, I've got my, whatever holds me back, whatever that is, family, religion, whatever that may be, my own fears, my own perception of not being good enough, my own lack of self-worth, or whatever trauma has happened. We need to acknowledge that. We need to come to some point of becoming more conscious and how we can be more mindful towards what is inside us, what we can actually offer to the world and be of service to the world. Because yes, we're here to maximize life, but you cannot do it on your own. There's no way you can do it on your own. You cannot have fun and enjoy life on your own. You've got to be with other people. Yeah. So how can we increase our love and compassion, as you mentioned before, Runa, and be kinder to yourself by saying yes to yourself, and then by saying yes to yourself, you're saying yes to other people, and you invite them to bring their own golden light out there.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly. And that often takes courage, and
a lot of courage
to do so, because we are so conditioned. We are so afraid. Many of us are so afraid. Well, what if I do that and I will lose what I have? I might not even be happy with what I have, but I might lose that. And I don't know what is going to come in return of that.
Yeah.
So I think that was holding us back.
And this is where one of my key F words is faith. This is where faith comes in. Actually having faith that there is something better, there's something more. That's what, the courage, that's where I found the courage when I left my country. And I said, I will have any support behind me. And of course, I am breaking through all the rules about leaving family behind and what is right according to them. Yeah. And say, no, but I found that liberating. I really felt more of who I am when I left, and my first stop was London. And I was in my element back then, because it was all about different cultures and different languages and people from all over the world. And I was doing what I was meant to do, communicating and connecting with other people. And it requires, yes, the courage and I don't know if it's only brave, but actually say yes to yourself and say, yes, there's something more for me. And if I get stuck into what I am comfortable with, what can I get out of it? I am always going to get of the same thing, the same story. But if I say yes to something different, to a change, because we're talking about change makers, right? So if we want to say to change, this is where the liberation and the possibilities kept, and then you decide how much you can go for. And then I tell you what, it's very juicy. Once you say yes to it, you can't stop yourself. You always say yes to more because there is more. It's available for everybody. Going back to your gold, your golden potential and the gold that we are all here to share between us, we can actually claim it. But by being stuck in your little, space, yes, you can, of course, there's nothing wrong with it. It's your choice. Yeah. But why not sort of tempting yourself and saying yes to tasting and have, different flavors in your palate?
Yeah, they have tasting different flavors in your palate. It sounds like colors as well. And I know as I'm sitting here what's in you and your background with all these beautiful glass bottles, with all these beautiful colors. Yeah. Now, ChriSOULa, if I say yes to ChriSOULa, please help me finding my goal and unleashing my goal, what would be the first thing you would do for me?
Well, it depends. What is it that you are looking for? So you really need to ask for a specific area in your life, because there's so many different parts of us. So what is it that you're specifically looking guidance for, support? Because we said before about courage, yes, but we also need the support. We need the support environment. We need the encouragement. So how can I encourage you? How can I offer you something that will say, you have this aha moment? You say, yes, I get it.
So what I want to do with the Changemakers awareness movement, the No More Boxes awareness movement, if I just share that, what I want to do, I want to connect and I want to create collaborations with organizations or businesses or conscious-minded businesses and organizations who want to create a culture that is more inclusive. And they see our No More Boxes Breakfast Club as a safe place to have that deep conversation that can actually spot the boxes that we are in. And by spotting the box in the conversations, that's really the first thing, to be aware of what is the box, so that they can open it up and they can have dialogues around the things that we never talk about. But it's there and is wires us into all of our action and reactions every single day. So that's what I want to do. That's what is that clear enough?
Well, basically you want to penetrate people's hearts.
Yeah.
And you want to encourage them, and your invitation is so alluring that you say, hey, let's talk more, let's open up more, let's work together, let's collaborate, let's create a better world, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but it starts from you.
Yeah.
So basically, I will start first of all because I love to get to know you and every client of mine. I like to get to know you, and I work also with colors, with a system of color mirrors, but also I work with the wisdom of numbers. And of course, you may have heard of the wonderful Pythagoras. So I work with the numbers from 1 to 9. And I analyze your date of birth. So would you like me to do that as a starting point, Runa?
That would be excellent.
Because that will give us insights of your the energies connected with your date of birth and your soul purpose, and how you can make what you just shared, your intention, how possible it is for you to make it happen.
Okay. So my date of birth is the 20th of April, 1961.
Okay, so I will very briefly, I will use my calculator to make sure that I'm getting it right. And it comes down to number 23, and we always work with 1-digit numbers. So whenever we have 2 digits, we break them down to 1. So 2 plus 3 comes down to number 5. Okay. Number 5 connects also with our cosmic and planetary wisdom, connects with Mercury. Which is the planet of communication. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're having some Mercurian energy here in your date of birth, Runa. And the color that is associated, the bottle in the system of color mirrors, is number 5. There you are. That's
like the bottle that you're showing me at the moment. It reminds me of the Northern Lights.
Yes, you're beautiful. Yeah, I've got it here. If you see in the book, you've got that beautiful.
The green Northern Lights, you can also see them pink, but the green Northern Lights,
so green is the color of the heart.
Oh,
so you have already ticked a really important part of your mission. You connecting with your heart. Once you are connecting with your heart and you are showing all your authenticity as a leader, you're inviting other people to come on, let's be real, let's connect with our hearts. Okay. But also number 5, and in the bottle you hold here, that represents, the energies in you. It's also connecting with breaking boundaries.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, and then how do we do that? We do that with a lot of humor, with lightheartedness, because Mercurian energy is very cheeky, is very lighthearted, very uplifting. It's nothing dark and serious and heavy. It's very, come on, folks, let's do this. Okay, and how we're going to do it? Let's play. Let's bring that element of joy and fun in our activities, in our connection. Yeah,
you're like speaking my language.
So there you go. It's and also green, is the complementary color of red, which is, it's amazing that I'm wearing red today. I was called to wear red today, which is very grounded. It's very much connects with our root chakra, our base, our core chakra down here, which connects with creating these roots, these solid roots. Yeah. So it's very hard to feel safe and secure if your heart is broken, if your heart is closed in. Okay, so what you're doing, you say, okay, I'm coming from that very safe, you're a very solid woman, and you've got also a team around you that you are very solid and you're working together. And you say, okay, come on, folks, let's create a movement where we're coming from the heart, but we're creating new roots for people.
Yeah.
We're creating a new family. Okay, red is connects with actually with what family represents. What is familiar, what is comfortable, what we as a family, what we hold dear, and what is respectful according to our values, according to the family. So you're creating a new family here. Okay, that we are actually, your purpose is to appreciate every single person's values coming in, but also we're respecting all of us. We are coming here from a point of togetherness, because the red, what can actually heal and automatically heal the heart chakra is the element of separation. Because people feel connected with family and say, oh, I am quite familiar with this. But when it comes something new, something which is outside the family, it says, oh, we don't get this.
Yeah.
They don't belong in our family, in our tribe. Yeah. And then you tend to feel separate from them. So that's what you're actually healing as well, by you saying yes to all of these no more boxes, movement. You're saying, let's see that we're all one. Let's see that there's, we got our own families, but we're all connected. We're interconnected.
Yes, exactly. And this is beautiful, how you say this, because the whole thing about about the movement is to be aware of that separation. And what you're talking about there with colors, that we can use these colors to increase the connectedness versus the disconnectedness.
Yes.
And I just have to add one thing. The name of my company, which was formed 12 years ago, is Interconnect.
Oh, wow. There you go.
And I was not in this business at that time, So this is interesting that you mentioned that word. Yeah. So thank you. That's really good. So can I just from one thing regarding the green color and the red color?
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm just wondering if this is something that is subconscious for me. When I was really working on my personal brand, I used deep red color as my brand color. And that was mainly because of the message that I wanted to, I wanted to enhance my passion and everything and go for that. And it's interesting that now with the book that we just launched, we are using an element into the green. It's not green, it's more like turquoise.
Turquoise, yeah. Well, and I understand why you're doing this. Because turquoise is the color of heartfelt communication. So turquoise, you have the heart and the green is in the heart. Okay. So the turquoise comes up here. Let me just bring turquoise. Let me just bring it very quickly. Where is it? Here. So turquoise sits up here, which is the higher heart chakra.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically turquoise is between the heart and the throat.
Oh, wow.
So you got this absolutely gorgeous color to share your message, your powerful message from the heart and express it with authenticity, with no messing about. You're really you're saying as it is, and whoever is ready, they're going to pick up your message. They're going to be attracted, but you are coming from the real, true Runa. What you don't try to make it sound easy and all of that for people. You say, okay, folks, this is who I am. This is what we are here for as a movement, as the change makers. Are you change makers? Do you want to come on board? And then you do it because you have this gorgeous turquoise by your side, which turquoise teaches you to be in the flow. And how can you be in the flow? By being more like a dolphin. being in the present moment, being really playful. And dolphins are very much working together, aren't they? Yep. They're very much, they are all a big family and they're working together. So that's what you're here for. That's what you're here to activate people's connecting with their hearts and say yes to being part of a bigger family.
Wow. So would you say to me in this case and to your clients and when you're working with, would you say, in my case, Runa, wear more red and turquoise? Or would you?
What I would say to you is basically I will, if you were here in my color sanctuary, I would say, okay, there's the bottles that are connected with you.
Yeah.
Which bottles would you like to work with? Which do you feel most attracted to work with?
Yeah.
I'm going to say there's the color that will help you in this way. There's the color that will activate this. There's the color that will support you in this way. So you choose. You are basically, I'm giving you the power. I'm not taking the power. You have the intelligence. You have the ability, the power to choose what is right for you, because your soul, your heart knows what's right for you.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So your clients, they're there and they connect with what it is that they want. Yes, they get your wisdom into that, but it's really what is attracted to them, what they want to call in is what they will see.
Exactly. There's no right or wrong. You're pulled because there's a reason for it. There's there for a good reason, and then whatever bottles you are going to work with, they're going to help you, as long as you do your bit, which is being consistent with it. Like with everything we do, we say we need to lead a healthy lifestyle. If you don't eat every day your breakfast, healthy breakfast, and you drink some water and all of that, being consistent, not one day you decide to do it and the following day, I forgot about it. Yeah. So it's about consistency and dedication. And once you really want to see the results, you want to see that support coming through, because you're working in connection with the universe, your connection with a higher purpose, your higher self. Yes. And the turquoise splitter, because we work with splitters, this one here connects with the water elemental. We also work with elements and bring us back to nature, to Mother Earth. And then this one here, it's basically, you just spray here like that. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I'm sending that to all of you, because color is energy. So the vibrations are going everywhere, wherever you are. Okay.
Wow.
So I'm sending that all to you. And because it is in 2019, we've got to connect with our inner water elemental and being the flow. And saying yes to heartfelt communication, because 2019 is the year of visibility, is the year of being more visible, expanding. Yeah. Okay, so holding this space here for all of us, Runa, it's amazing, because to expand, you need to say, hello, I am here. Hello. I love to share my message. I've got a message and it's important, and it will help you. It will change you. It will transform your life. I've got a modality, I've got a therapy, I've got a book that will help illuminate your next paths ahead. And you've got a beautiful space here for us, Runa.
Wow, thank you. And thank you for sharing that wisdom. That is just absolutely beautiful. So going back to, so you use the numerology connected with colors, and you say this new year, 2019, that is when we're recording this, is just starting. What would you say, what are the things that I need to then be aware of myself so that I can use my number 5 wisely in my flow in this year? That is.
Well, you have come to here. You've got it's okay, right? I'm just calculating now your personal year number, okay, for 2019. So basically, the way it works, can I just say briefly, 2019 is when we add 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9 comes to 12.
Yeah.
And 12, when we actually again we bring it down to 1 digit, is number 3. Okay. So number 3, the energy of number 3 is all about, if you think about the Trinity, like moving forward, it's very much about action and expansion. So, and connects with, in the system of Chiron Mirror, connects with the planet Jupiter. And Jupiter is the biggest planet of all. And it's all about here to say, hey, folks, let's get out there. It's about spreading your message and becoming more, coming out of your closet, basically. Mm-hmm. So whatever boxes you may have, this is the year that you really need to get down to understanding what are the boxes that hold you back. Because if you kept yourself small in a box, you will never feel that beautiful energy of 2019 coming to your favor, basically. And then you're going to receive one slap after the other. Yeah. Because the universe wants you to be as expansive as possible. Yeah. They don't want you to keep yourself small. They want you to bring your light out there and helping other people as much as you can. Be of service to the world. By keeping yourself small, you're not doing yourself a favor, but you're not doing anybody else a favor.
I'm ready.
You're ready. You're ready. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's a little bit about 2019. And I'm actually sharing more about the energies in 2019 individually for each number from 1 to 9. I'm going to be running webinars in January. Okay?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yes.
And where can people sign up for your webinars? Is that on your
website? On my website, yes. You can find me on ChriSOULa or if it's easier for you to spell, it's goldennews.eu. I'm the Golden News. Hello. Golden News. Or, if there's also a link connected with my book, the book of soulfulmusings.com. Okay.
Oh, that's beautiful. I mean, we will have all of that in our show notes as well, so that people can go directly and sign up. It's so interesting, ChriSOULa. So interesting. Before anything, I need to know, what were the signs that you followed that made you go this direction and made you understand that you had this gift, this golden thing inside of you?
I've always had this innate thirst for more, for knowledge, for wisdom, for understanding more of who I am. Okay, that was always part of me. And I'll tell you what, because talking Nick Haynes' language, I'm a wood energy. So I always want to expand and by, collaborating, because wood, if you think about the forest, all the trees together, they work together, is a beautiful, beautiful family tree. Okay. So working with the color system, the color mirror system, I'm going to be brief about it now. I started using some divination cards, oracle cards that I used with the color mirror system. And back then, when it comes to believing, shuffling cards and all of that, tarot and all of that, it was like, whenever I was doing, I said, the fear behind me was like, oh my goodness, what people will think of me. That's the box, right? So what people think of me, if they see me doing this thing with the cards, it's like witchcraft or something.
Yeah, yeah.
That's that part of, but every time I was really connected with color from, whatever, I was really loved colors, flowers, decoration, clothes, you name it.
Yeah.
And when I first came across this system, and I said to myself, no, this is not the right time. I haven't got the money for this. And all of these fears, all of these obstacles that we create in our way.
Oh, yeah.
And then this friend of mine gave me this oracle card that are based on the color mirror system. And I started playing with them, because everything starts with being playful about life, okay? Searching, being curious. And then I was asking for some guidance. I said, is it really the right time for me to connect with the system, to invest, to train myself, become a color mirrors practitioner? Is it the right time? I've got so many other things going on. And the same card was coming back, Runa. And believe me, it was just incredible. It was connecting with Archangel Metatron and the fantastic, beautiful color magenta. And the message of the card was, the time is now. The time is now. And I say that, and I've got chills in my body. And I said, okay, well, I'm shuffling the cards. I am here. Nobody else is doing it, because you have to believe me. I was just questioning myself. And I said, oh, goodness. But then I was doing again, and the same card was coming up. And I said, okay, there's a sign here. So basically, you've got to follow the signs. You've got to switch on. You've got to get your lights, your bulb out there. When the wake-up call hits you, you've got to say, this is the moment. This is my moment. I've got to follow this through.
Yeah.
Because the moment will go, and then the door will close, and then you will never know what you could have done with it. Exactly. I am so happy, excited, positive that I'm actually connecting with color in that deeper level, because that activated my own spiritual self, my own connection with the spirit, and my own connection with my real purpose, basically. And that's what color can do to you. It can help you as a diagnostic tool, but also it can help you heal whatever traumas or whatever fears or whatever obstacles that actually doesn't allow you to bring your true self out there.
And I agree with you. And thank you for sharing this so openly, ChriSOULa. Listening to that inner voice that might be always knocking on your door, but you constantly say, oh, no, that's not for me. That's for someone else. Or I'm not ready. One day I'm going to do this.
Yes.
When I have this, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And
when I have the money, I'll do that.
When I have the money. When the kids are grown up. When I have the love of my life. And all of those things that we tend to say and we tend to ignore, but it's there, and it's our inner knowledge that is knocking on our door, and we should say, hey, what's happening in ourselves, and let's have fun together. ChriSOULa, thank you so much. I am even more excited for the year ahead. I know at least I am very, very, I'm thinking of the word that I want to express here. I know that I am ready to follow that flow, and I am excited that I can now read even a book about it that can help me and help our listeners to understand their soul and understand how they can heal and how they can find that courage that they need so that they can, like you say, discover that golden thing in them.
Yeah. Discover your own beautiful colors, basically, and embrace them. Embrace them.
ChriSOULa, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Absolute beauty. Thanks. Was this podcast of value for you? I sure hope so. If so, feel free to share the love and give us your generous review on iTunes or Stitcher. And remember that you can always go to runamagnus.com to find out more about the Changemakers and how we can help you drive the change you want to see in your world.